Hey guys, I thought that the gym would fix me for such a long period of time until I realized that it actually failed me. And I'm not saying that the gym is bad, but if you make it your whole life, it's really going to take a toll on you. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you shouldn't rely on the gym for your success or happiness in your life. So this all starts roughly 7 years ago. Let's go back 7 years, flashback into the past. So now we're starting in mid 2018. It's a little bit before I began middle school, actually. And I was a scrawnier kid, so I was actually a lot more intimidated by the bigger dudes. Because I don't know, I used to be terrified of the guys who were bigger than me. So my whole vibe was just getting stronger, looking more muscular, and that was just my whole obsession thing, getting six-pack abs. That was my thing at the time. So yeah, martial arts is always a big part of it too, but it was especially just working out in general in addition to martial arts. So when I was a sixth grader, while everybody was playing Fortnite in my grade, I was spending pretty much all day doing push-ups and flexing my biceps in the mirror. That's who I was. I was kind of a lunatic, I know. It would be past midnight. I'm still repping out push-ups. I was on the swim team too, doing taekwondo. I do Muay Thai now, but at the time it was taekwondo. And I would do taekwondo like a little bit, and then I'd go to swim practice, come home, and then I would probably be banging out some push-ups. Or if there wasn't swim practice or taekwondo, I'd just be doing hundreds of half-rep push-ups because I was younger, I didn't really know what I was doing, and I thought I was doing everything right. So that's who I was. But back to the story. Time went by, COVID hit, and I became a little more inconsistent here and there. And then finally, when COVID finally died down and we were actually going back into school, it was around 2021 for me. So note that I was out of school for 2 years, out of in-person school. So I was doing online for 2 years solid. I lost all my social skills because I literally didn't talk to anybody. So I was a little awkward. It was fun, but I was a little awkward coming back because it was weird. Actually talking to people outside of my house, besides my family. But yeah, it was my freshman year, and that's when the gym thing became kind of a fad, the whole we go gym thing. And before you know it, everybody is asking me as a freshman, dude, how much you bench, bro? Damn, you got some pecs, bro. That's cool. Yeah, and you look at your arms, this and that, like the bro thing. So yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I started to get more hype again. I was getting some attention here and there. And I started to just focus a lot less on bodyweight exercises because lifting became the new trend at the time. It's kind of died down now, but that's what the thing was at the time. So before you knew it, I started hitting the gym actually instead of doing bodyweight exercises. And before you knew it, I switched from swimming, bodyweight exercises, taekwondo to more lifting and Muay Thai. And yeah, freshman year, sophomore year, when I wasn't doing any martial arts or any of that training, I spent pretty much all day watching videos on getting big, gaining muscle, how to grow your triceps, how to grow your rear delts, all these. Dude, if you ask me, I've watched it all. I've seen it all. I've seen all the arguments on whether whether barbells are better than dumbbells, whether getting aesthetic is better than better than powerlifting, whether powerlifting is better than bodybuilding, how to lift like a bodybuilder, how to gain muscle, what's an ideal rep range. I've watched it all. I've literally watched it all from A to Z. I've watched it all. My brain, it's rotting because of how much information I've consumed. So yeah, I would do that, and I go to the gym, do some martial arts, do that, literally all day. And I would say after my sophomore year, between my sophomore and junior year, when I was not at summer camp, I spent the rest of my time just training. It was obsessively. I shit you not, I'd spend my whole day, pretty much just doing forms of training. It was wake up. I didn't even have a job. So I would wake up and I would bike all the way to the gym. It's 20 to 30 minutes. I would set my bike there. I didn't have a driver's license at the time. Boom, I was hitting the swimming pool. I was getting laps in because I was cutting at the time. I'd go upstairs. I'd hit some weighted calisthenics, actual weights too. And the whole time I was doing a ton of junk volume. I was there for a lot of hours just trying to get sets and reps in, thinking that getting infinite sets was going to get me infinite gains when that's not the case. So yeah, that's what I was doing throughout my sophomore year. And up until that point, the gym and lifting was my whole vibe, my whole personality. Like the people in school at the time knew me for that. If you talked to me, we were talking about weights. If you talked to me about food, we were talking about grams of protein. Like it was all about that. It was the whole, like, if you talked to me about anything else, I would fall asleep. So I was that boring guy that you would not want to go out on a date with back in high school, because literally all I was obsessed with was the gym. I bulked a ton sophomore year. I became super obese because all I did was eat and eat and eat and lift and do a lot less cardio than I used to do. So yeah, I was not in a good moment of my life, and my whole personality and life revolved around the gym. And I didn't notice it at the time, but there was definitely a lot of emptiness deep down that's become a lot more apparent now. And it was a summer after my sophomore year, and I was doing tons of training, and my parents decided to send me to a summer camp just to broaden my experiences, or to help me become more, understanding of the whole world instead of just the whole gym alpha male grind set culture that you see on the internet. Because when you go on the internet, you usually see this full linear trend. It's this same thing. It switches from time to time. I'd say 2022 to 2023, what you would see as a guy mostly from what you're seeing is a lot more, when you open it, it's a lot more gym, alpha male, money, escape matrix, Andrew Tate this, Andrew Tate that, Alex Eubank, Trent Twins. It was this kind of a linear thing. And at the time, that was my life, just watching this stuff and training. But then when my parents told me they were going to send me to summer camp, yes, I was devastated because it was a whole month away from the gym. So I was that guy. I was like, to me, to anyone else, it seems like, it's just a month out of summer camp. You can still be active. That's not how it was for me. For me, it felt like I was literally dying or something because I didn't get to hit the gym. Like, it was pretty ridiculous. And I went to the camp, and I'm not going to lie, for a big part of it, I was a little miserable. But when I was at the camp and when I was away from the gym, I wasn't grateful for it at the time, but now I am. And what I'm grateful for is that I actually gained perspective. When I was at that camp, I met new people. I didn't make any best friends there. I'm not naming the camp just for, I don't want to give away information like that. But yeah, I was at a camp. It was a great place. Met great people. I was ungrateful at the time because I wasn't at the gym. I wasn't hitting the weights. I wasn't doing any of that nonsense. And me and my cabin, we went on a 2-week trip all the way up to Canada. We would spend all day portaging heavy shit across land. We were lifting heavy shit across land all day. I'm not kidding, all day. We would wake up, we would set up a little campsite. We would wake up, we would leave from wherever our previous campsite was. We were in the middle of the southern Canada area towards the border, bordering US and Canada. And we were in this it was this giant terrain, dude. I don't remember. I think it was called the Blood Vein, this giant river thing. And we spent 15 days traveling the length of it. So yeah, it was very, very exhausting. It was brutal. Sometimes I was really almost at the verge of having a complete mental breakdown. It seems really easy. You're in a trip in a terrain. No, for me, it was new. I was never away from my family for more than a night. So when I was being sent away for a month, and 2 weeks of that, I was in the middle of freaking nowhere. There weren't anyone else but me, my bunkmates, and my 2 cabin counselors. So it was 10 of us in total. And we were barely in contact with anyone else for the length of 15 damn days. And those 15 days, let me tell you, it felt like 15 years. It was freaking exhausting. You wake up at 6, 7 a.m. Once we woke up at 5 a.m., first thing you do is you have, I don't even know what you call it. It's oats with M&Ms, and it's cold, but you put some water in it, and there's this milk powder, so it turns into this cold oatmeal with M&Ms. So it was this ridiculous breakfast we had. And then we had trail food. So everything, we brought some food along, we cooked it. It's nothing like the actual food that you have, which is a lot nicer, a lot more well cooked. So obviously things were not looking good for us. We'd spend all day, dude, all day traveling across land, going up here, carrying heavy shit. I got my feet stuck in mud for like 10 minutes once and no one was there for a little period until like one of my cabin mates helped me out. And after that, I came back and the whole world changed to me. The world was like a different place. I went back to the gym, but it wasn't the same. It was not the same. When I saw the same people, when I saw this stuff on my phone, it was just different. Words can't even express it. The world was a different place to me. I saw everything differently. And I walked back into the gym and I thought it was going to be as exciting as it used to be, but it wasn't. I lost that feeling and I was like, what the hell happened to me? And over time, as I got older and older, it's been 2 years since then, the gym isn't my personality anymore. It's something that I'm getting back into. Starting this Sunday, I started locking in. This Sunday was the first day I was back in the gym and lifting. But it's just a part of my life now. Martial arts, Muay Thai, and lifting and fitness, it's a part of my life. And it's because the world is such a bigger place compared to this little thing right here. This little thing is supposed to complement your life, but if you make it your whole life when it's not even your career focus, it's gonna consume all your energy and it's gonna waste a lot of valuable time. I'm not saying this whole fitness thing isn't a waste itself, but I'm saying when you idealize it so much and spend so much time on it to the point that it literally takes up your whole day, like all your conversations are about the gym and how much you bench, all you post about, all you talk about, all you watch, and all you do, it takes a toll on you. So when you experience a crisis where maybe it's something else emotional with a girlfriend, you don't know how you deal with that. Your whole personality is the gym. You didn't spend any time reading books, meditating, doing some form of self-therapy or actually therapy with another person, actually talking things out, learning to develop bonds. Because if you learn to not idealize how much you bench in your physique 24/7, you'll find that there's so much more to life. 2,000 years ago, the gym was barely even a thing. 10,000 years ago, we were human beings who would, for all I know, forage across lands and hunt and eat whatever we could find along the way. That was our life. So there was so much more to life. If you read books, if you read about history in the world, it's so much more vast than what the gym is. The gym is this much compared to the world. I felt empty for so much time without even knowing that it was simply because I idealized the gym so much that it actually made me feel dull and kind of antagonistic towards myself for a period of time. The gym is great, all right? It improves your cardio to some degree, helps you build muscle, makes you more self-confident, makes you happier, increases your some sort of like happiness hormones or whatever. You feel better, prouder, stronger, more athletic. But if you get to the point where you make it your whole life and it's all you talk about and it's all that you consume, I can guarantee you it's going to take a toll on your mental health. You're going to feel a lot sadder. You're going to feel like there's a void in your life, something that's left empty. Because the gym isn't supposed to be your whole personality. There's so many more things about yourself that you don't even know. Well, maybe you are deep down, you're an artsy, artistic person. Maybe you're also a musical person, and you neglect all those other aspects of your life, those other traits you have, and you make this modern day fad that was around 2022 to 2023, the gym, your whole personality, because you want to feel like an alpha or whatever the vibe is. So that's my whole take. The gym is something that I thought would completely fix me, but it didn't. Now, when I see the gym, I view it as a healthy component of my life that only complements the rest of my life. I hope you guys will have a great rest of your night. And if you have any comments on whether you agree or disagree with me or on any other content you would like for me to make, I would appreciate it if you would let me know in the comment section below. Right here is another video you can watch. And now I hope you guys will have a good rest of your day. All right, peace out.